Today is a unique episode. Today, I am in the process of navigating one of my transitions in my life. I'm about ready to go inside and see my mom. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to fight my way in or not, but she's in transition. And it's always brings up a lot of nerves and a lot of emotions, sadness, anger, frustration, peace, calmness, readiness. There's a lot of mixed emotions that always come into this. And like I've mentioned before, the tools that I'm sharing with you can be applied to everyday life as well as big things in our lives as well. And so anything that's going on in our life is an opportunity to practice our philosophy, to practice these tools. I'm a big believer that how you do anything is how you do everything. There are a lot of potential tools I could use today to help me navigate this challenge, this opportunity, to help me show up the way I want to show up for myself and for my mom. And the one that I've decided to use today comes from Hal Elrod. He wrote a book called Miracle Morning. It's now a bunch of different titles. They have Miracle Morning for the entrepreneur, Miracle Morning for the salesperson, Miracle Morning for the real estate agent, Miracle Morning for students, teachers, entrepreneurs, you name it. There's a whole bunch of Miracle Morning books. They all run off the same basic thing. The idea is that you can win the day if you win the morning. And you want to start every morning doing your S.A.V.E.R.S. S.A.V.E.R.S is an acronym. The first S stands for silence. You want to give yourself silence every single morning to connect to that higher power, connect to that wisdom within. The A stands for affirmations. What are your affirmations going to be today? The V is for visualizations, seeing yourself show up the way you want to show up based on what your goals and dreams and core values and virtues are. The E is for exercise. Are you moving first thing in the morning? The R is for read. Did you read something inspiring, something good that challenges you and supports you, encourages you? And the last S is scribe. It's journaling and writing. And so I'm using that today. This morning I got up, I had some silence. I created my affirmation. My affirmation today is open heart, abundant flow. Open heart, abundant flow. And it's keeping me anchored when I go in there. To help me show up the way I want to show up with an open heart, compassionate, generous, and kind, and patient. She's dealing with some things that are going to cause her to repeat herself a lot, ask a lot of questions, things that would challenge me, and I want to stay open. So open heart and abundant flow, which for me is around energy. I often have a narrative in my mind that I don't have enough energy to handle it. So I want to tap into that higher universal consciousness and power to bring me the abundant flow to show up the way I want to show up, energetically and radiantly alive with that open, compassionate heart. Then we've got visualization, seeing myself in those moments, seeing myself when she does ask why she can't live with me, seeing myself navigate that with skill and with love and compassion. Seeing, a nurse not wanting to let me in, seeing myself, how I'm going to communicate with that nurse to help me influence her to let me in to see her. So visualizing myself showing up the way I want to show up. The E is for exercise. And today we haven't done our workout yet, but we did get up and go for a walk in nature with Bowen. We took our dog for a walk. One of my energy goals is always every single day hitting 10,000 steps. So I'm well on my way to doing that. And also before I go in today, I'm going to just do some shoulder rolls, do some movements, things like that to get the energy flowing through my body. So exercise is something you want to do to build a miracle morning. Read. I read Seed of the Soul this morning. I love that book by Gary Zukav. I've been really rereading it, and just loving the wisdom in there. It really resonates with me. And then scribe. And that's where I journaled how I wanted to show up today, writing my affirmations and so on. So I'm going to go in there, and I think what I'm going to do is when I come back, I'm going to share how it went. How did the S.A.V.E.R.S, how did the affirmation go? And invite you to use S.A.V.E.R.S with whatever challenge you've got going on in your life. It's a great tool to keep us anchored, or keeping when we think about going through that river of transition and change and uncertainty, it can help keep us grounded into things that matter most to us when we can't control everything else that's going on around us. So anyways, hope you got some value. I will check back in a little bit. Much love. See ya. Well, there you have it. I got in. I got to see my mom. It's been forever. maybe the last time I see her, you know? But they weren't going to let me in. But I stayed open-hearted and kept thinking about that abundant flow, and I have energy and courage to do this and to do it in a way that maintains an open heart. They've got a job to do too. But I was able to get in to elevate the conversation, but got in. So S.A.V.E.R.S helped today. How about you? Maybe S.A.V.E.R.S can help you out and stay grounded when there's a lot of emotion or there's a lot of chaos or things in your world or has a lot of uncertainty. When we stick to the S.A.V.E.R.S, we can focus on the things that are in our control and help us stay grounded, but also confident and courageous and open-hearted to get the things that we most ideally want. I got to see my mom today, and I got to hug my mom. Maybe for the last time, but I got to see her, and she smiled, and she laughed, and so did I. It was a good visit. I'll see you tomorrow.